Mastering Emotional Intelligence to Win in Life. Welcome, brilliant listeners, to Inspire 7, your trusted source of powerful mindset insights and life-transforming tools. It's a privilege to share this space with you today, as we unlock a truly vital human capacity. Today, we're diving deep into a trait that silently governs the most successful leaders in every field, the strongest and most resilient relationships, and the calmest, most influential minds in any room. That profound trait is emotional intelligence, often simply called EQE. It is fundamentally the sophisticated ability to understand, to manage, and to respond to your own emotions, and just as crucially, to the emotions of others, intelligently. In this episode, we're not just going to define emotional intelligence. We'll show you, in practical, tangible terms, how cultivating your EQ becomes your single greatest advantage in navigating conflict, in inspiring true leadership, in wielding genuine influence, and in enriching every single aspect of your everyday life. This is how you effortlessly win situations without needing to fight. This is how you expertly resolve complex issues without getting caught in the trap of reactivity. And this is how you lead people powerfully, authentically, and collaboratively without ever needing to control them. Let's explore how mastering your emotions means mastering your outcomes. Part 1. Understanding emotional intelligence. Let's start with the basics, setting a clear foundation for our exploration. Emotional intelligence, often abbreviated as EQ, is far more than just being nice or being sensitive. It's a comprehensive set of capabilities that empower you in almost every human interaction. At its core, it's your ability to recognize your own emotions in the moment, to name what you're feeling, not just be overwhelmed by it. Understand what's triggering them, to identify the root cause, the thought, the event, the memory that sparks a particular emotion. Regulate them consciously, to choose your response, rather than letting emotion dictate your actions impulsively. Empathize with others, to accurately perceive and understand emotions in other people, to read between the lines of their words and actions. And finally, to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively in any situation, personal or professional. Pioneering psychologist Daniel Goleman, who popularized the concept of EQ, identified 5 key components that form the bedrock of emotional intelligence. 1. Self-awareness. This is the foundational first step. It's the ability to know what you're feeling, when you're feeling it, and most importantly, why you're feeling it. It's the inner radar that alerts you to your own emotional landscape. You simply cannot effectively control or manage what you don't first recognize and acknowledge within yourself. 2. Self-regulation. Once you're aware of an emotion, this is the ability to pause before acting on it. It's the conscious choice to choose your response, rather than being swept away by an emotional impulse. This is where true emotional maturity begins, the space between stimulus and reaction, where your power lives. 3. Motivation. Internal. This refers to your inner drive, your inherent passion, your resilience, and your optimism. It's the fuel that sustains you through challenges, the force that isn't dependent on external validation, praise, money, or immediate recognition. It's the ability to bounce back and pursue goals despite setbacks. 4. Empathy. This is the cornerstone of understanding others. It's the capacity to accurately perceive, understand, and even share emotions with others. It's reading between the lines of what people say, sensing their unspoken needs, feeling what others feel without absorbing their emotions or losing yourself in them. It's connecting deeply to their inner world. 5. Social skills. This is EQ in action, the ability to effectively apply your emotional understanding in interactions with others. It's about building genuine rapport, resolving conflict constructively, influencing through trust and clear communication, and working collaboratively in teams. It's the art of navigating social dynamics with grace and effectiveness. When you consistently cultivate and apply these components of emotional intelligence, a profound transformation occurs. People begin to listen to you differently, with more trust and openness. Problems that once seemed overwhelming don't overwhelm you anymore. They become intriguing puzzles to be solved. And your relationships, whether they are deeply personal or strictly professional, become more fluid, more powerful, more balanced, and profoundly more fulfilling. Part 2. Why EQ wins in real life. Let's move beyond definition and see where this powerful trait of emotional intelligence applies in the gritty, complex reality of everyday life. This is where EQ truly becomes the difference between navigating situations with grace and winning outcomes versus getting stuck in frustration or conflict. In conflict, consider a heated argument. A person with low EQ says or thinks, "I have to win this argument. I have to prove I'm right." They often react defensively, escalate tensions, or shut down completely. But a person with high EQ approaches conflict with a different question. What's really happening here emotionally? What unmet need or underlying fear is driving this tension? They understand that the surface-level issue is rarely the true problem. It's about what's happening beneath it. A high EQ person doesn't get triggered easily. They actively work to de-escalate. They remain centered, even when others are chaotic. They address the underlying emotion, not just the attacking words. This is how conflicts are truly resolved, not just won. In leadership, true leadership in the 21st century is no longer about command and control. It's fundamentally about connection and influence. A leader with high EQ inspires profound trust, earns genuine loyalty from their team, and creates a psychologically safe space where others feel empowered to grow, innovate, and contribute their best work. They instinctively understand the nuance of tone, the precise timing for feedback, and the individual temperament of their team members. They don't motivate with fear, blame, or pressure. They uplift with clarity, empathy, and an unwavering, supportive presence. They lead by understanding the hearts and minds of their people. In negotiation, emotional intelligence gives you an unparalleled advantage in negotiation. It helps you accurately read the room. You become attuned to the subtle nonverbal cues, the shifts in energy, the unspoken anxieties, and the true underlying desires of the other party. You sense instinctively when to push for your terms, when to pause and allow space, and crucially, when to gracefully walk away because the alignment isn't there. It's like having an emotional radar that picks up signals others miss. And when you master this, you often find yourself winning without having to be the loudest voice, or even having to say the most. Your understanding of human psychology becomes your ultimate leverage. In relationships, this is perhaps where EQ's power is most evident and most life-saving. Arguments in personal relationships are very rarely, if ever, solely about the surface issue, the unwashed dishes, the forgotten chore, the late arrival. Almost always, they're about unmet emotions, unseen needs, or unspoken fears. A low EQ person might focus only on the surface behavior. With high EQ, you learn to see the raw feeling beneath the reaction. You understand that frustration might mask fear, anger might mask hurt, and silence might mask overwhelm. You speak directly to that underlying emotional state, not just the irritating behavior. That's how emotional intelligence doesn't just resolve arguments. It truly saves and strengthens relationships, transforming conflict into deeper understanding and connection. Part 3. Building emotional intelligence. The fantastic news, the truly empowering truth, is this: you are not born with a fixed level of EQ. It's not an inherent gift bestowed upon a lucky few. Emotional intelligence is a dynamic skill set, a muscle that you can absolutely build, strengthen, and refine through conscious, consistent practice. Here are 5 powerful daily practices you can start integrating today to significantly develop your emotional intelligence. E1. New way. Daily emotional check-in. This is the foundational practice for self-awareness. Each day, take a few moments to pause and internally ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling right now? Go beyond just fine or bad. Is it frustration? Joy? Anxiety? Excitement? Where do I feel it in my body? Does anxiety sit in your stomach? Does anger feel hot in your chest? Connecting emotions to physical sensations deepens awareness. What might have triggered it? Trace it back. Was it a specific interaction, a thought, a memory, an unmet expectation? This act of deliberately labeling your emotions gives you immense control. As a popular saying goes, name it to tame it. When you can identify an emotion, you create a space for choice rather than automatic reaction. G2A2. Pause before you respond. This is the essence of self-regulation. In any situation that triggers a strong emotional response within you, Whether it's anger, frustration, defensiveness, or even overwhelming excitement, consciously insert a pause. One deep breath before you speak can literally save a conversation from escalating. 5 seconds of quiet silence can prevent a full-blown emotional meltdown or a regrettable outburst. Give yourself that invaluable space between the stimulus, what happened, and your response, what you do about it. That tiny gap, that moment of choice, is precisely where your power lives. It allows you to choose wisdom over impulse. D3. Journal emotional triggers. Become a detective of your own emotional patterns. Whenever you experience a strong, disproportionate, or challenging emotion, frustration, jealousy, defensiveness, insecurity, overwhelm, take time to journal about it. Write down what exactly happened externally. You describe how you reacted internally and externally. And critically reflect on how you wish you had responded from a place of higher self. Over time, consistent journaling will reveal clear emotional patterns. And with the recognition of these patterns comes immense power. The power to predict your reactions, and then the power to proactively choose a different, more effective response. E4. Practice active listening. This builds your empathy and social skills. In your next conversation with anyone, a friend, family member, colleague, or even a stranger, try this powerful technique. Don't interrupt. Let them finish their thought completely, regardless of how long it takes. Judge what they're saying internally, or formulate your rebuttal. Just listen to understand. Then, reflect back what you heard them say, in your own words, and gently ask, is that how you feel? Or, did I understand that correctly? Watch what happens. When people feel genuinely heard, truly understood, their defenses drop and deeper connection forms. They don't necessarily want to be right. They want to be heard, validated, and seen. 3.5. Develop empathic curiosity. This practice helps you understand others more deeply and prevents quick judgments. When someone's behavior triggers you or seems irrational, or when you find yourself labeling them, pause and cultivate empathic curiosity. Ask yourself, what else could possibly be true about their behavior right now? What pain might they be carrying that I know nothing about? How would I act or feel if I were truly in their shoes, with their history and their current circumstances? Empathy doesn't mean agreeing with their actions or condoning harmful behavior. It means actively seeking to understand their underlying experience before you react or judge. It opens your heart and your mind. Part 4. Winning any situation with EQ. Let's tie all of these threads together, bringing us back to the core promise of emotional intelligence. Winning any situation. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to command respect. You don't need to win every single argument to resolve conflict. You don't need to force, beg, or manipulate people to gain influence. You just need to profoundly understand emotions, yours and others. When you consistently operate with a high level of emotional intelligence, you unlock incredible power. You gain influence without resorting to control, because people trust your judgment and feel respected by your presence. You resolve conflict without aggression, turning potential battlegrounds into opportunities for deeper understanding and collaborative solutions. You lead with authentic presence, not exhausting pressure, inspiring loyalty, and high performance organically. You respond to life's challenges with calm wisdom, not impulsive reactivity, ensuring your decisions are aligned with your long-term goals. You truly win, not by dominating, but by discerning. You win because you remain calm when others are caught in chaos. You rise above reactivity when others lash out. You effortlessly connect and build bridges where others are stuck in destructive competition. Emotional intelligence isn't a soft skill that's nice to have. In today's complex, interconnected world, it is the sharpest, most potent tool in your life arsenal for success, fulfillment, and genuine well-being. It is the differentiator. As we wrap up this powerful episode, carry this vital reminder with you. You cannot always control the external situations that life throws your way. That's a given. But you absolutely fundamentally can control your internal state, your emotional landscape, and how you choose to respond to everything. And when you master that, when you cultivate true emotional intelligence, you win far more than just arguments or temporary victories. You win people's trust. You win inner peace. You win profound, sustainable progress in every area of your life. This is Inspire 7, and today, you just upgraded your inner operating system. If this episode shifted your perspective, if it sparked a desire for greater emotional mastery, please share it with someone you know who needs to hear this message. And remember, your emotions are powerful messengers, not enemies to be suppressed. Listen to them, learn from them, and then choose your response with wisdom. Until next time, stay mindful, stay emotionally intelligent, and stay profoundly inspired.